Hello, Python people. This is Bruce, your instructor, and thanks for signing up for the summer 2020 version of Intro to Programming and Problem Solving. The purpose of this video is to give you an overview of the Canvas shell that you will be using to participate and do your work in this class. So I'm going to keep it short, but I'm in what Canvas calls the student view, right? So the student view is what you'll see in Canvas, and I'll go through the interface with you. On the left-hand side here, I have Home, which takes you to this particular view here. I don't have like a specific home page like some instructors do. I take you right to the modules. And at the top, where it says here, Recent Announcements, you'll see up to 3 rolling announcements that will appear when I send out some announcements for the class, right? So just so you know, there's none there right now. And under Grades, this is where if I click on it, it would show you, it will show me, actually, let's just see, Grades, since I'm in the student view, right? So this would be for you. You'll get to see all of the different assignments and what you received as a grade from me, right, on each one of those assignments. Modules is almost like the home view without the announcements. The library, right, that's going to take you to an external site, the Clark Library, just so you know. Okay, I'll keep that open. And then Student Services, it's the same type of thing. It's going to take you to Student Services at Clark, right? And Search, this is a great feature. I don't know if you've used it before, but here is Search on the left-hand side, and there's also in the upper right-hand corner a search box where you can type in stuff to search for. So sometimes you'll be like doing work or a quiz or whatever it may be. Use the full text search. It's very useful. And then of course we have the syllabus where you can find out how the grades or your final grade in this class is broken down, all the various groups and such, and that's all in the syllabus, just so you know. And I've included a link to the syllabus here, right here, hovering my mouse back and forth. So let me take you to the modules. Module 0 is the Getting Started module, and I ask that you view and read each one of the items in the modules. Some of them will be have the verb here, read. Some of them will have watch, as you'll see later on. Some of them will have complete. So those will help give you a visual indication of what you need to do. So I'm not going to go through all of the material in each of the modules right now. But Module 0 is where you need to start. And before you can move on to the next module, you need to complete all the items. In this case, these are just requiring you to view each of these items. But if I roll this up here and I go to Module 1, you'll start to see how I craft my courses in Canvas. And what I do is I first give you an introduction to the module. I then give you the information that you'll need to participate in the, I'm not going to say in-person component, but the weekly meeting component of this class, which happens to meet on Mondays from 10 a.m. to 11:50 a.m. And all the info you need to join the Zoom call is contained in here. And what I also do is I will also post a recording that is transcribed, not only with closed captioning, but also so you can go to the recording and search for specific words, and it will show you and bring you to that place in the class recording that a particular topic was talked about. So you'll begin to see that. Right now there's nothing there. And then each module has one or more units, and within each unit, again, I'm using the action verbs here, read, complete, read, read, read. read, read, watch. That means that this particular page has some reading and some videos included in it. And I'm a big fan of videos. As you'll begin to see, there are a lot of videos for this class to help you out. Let's see. By the way, this complete here, making a peanut butter, there's nothing you need to turn in here. It should just say like do. I don't know, complete, whatever. So you continue on here. You can see that each unit has just a few elements for each topic. Exploring Python. And then I have something called skill building exercises. Now, these do not need to be turned in, and I believe there may be some type of question about this somewhere in this module on a quiz or something like that. So if you're going to be successful, because I want you to be, right? You're going to like do these exercises here. That's mostly code. And if you ever have the need for help, just head on over to Slack, which I'll talk about momentarily. Okay. So under assignments, right, you can see that there are 3 assignments due this week, and one of them is to introduce yourself on Slack. One is to configure what I call your Python development workflow and your environment. And then I also need you to sign up for what's called a GitHub account. Okay, we'll talk more about this stuff later. Now, a lot of you may have courses where the assignments, right, are out here on the left in the navigator. And I've chosen not to do that. You'll always go to the module to find out what assignments are for that particular module. And then I give you some review questions and answers that will be helpful to you. They're actually in the textbook. The questions and the answers are right here. And then I have several types of quizzes. This week, Module 1, or when the quarter starts, this is a short little syllabus quiz, and I require you to score 100% on it. I believe it's 10 questions. The next is what I call learning guides. I used to call these pre-quizzes, and what learning guides are they're quizzes, but I tell you where the answers are within Canvas, or I give you a hint as to where to go to find them. And then each week we have a quiz, okay? And with all of my quizzes, you don't submit them until you're done. So if you want to open up a quiz and keep it open, because Canvas is not gonna close it on you or submit it until you submit it. So what I suggest is that you, like at the beginning of a module, open that up. Start reading through the questions, maybe create a PDF or something that you can refer back to, and only submit it, when you're done, okay? I don't know if you've had quizzes like that before, but again, make sure that you don't submit the quiz, right, until you're done. And again, each quiz, I may give you a different number of attempts, so read the information in each quiz there. If you have any questions, yeah, find me on Slack. And then I ask you for each week, this is called exit slips. And if I open this up, I ask you to answer these questions. It's in the form of I give you a text box, and you answer these questions. Again, it's very helpful for me, and it's going to be helpful for you. And again, this information is not public; it goes directly to me as an assignment. Okay, and then sometimes I'll give you what's coming up in the next module, and this says Module 2 Preview, and you can see here that I believe that there are a series of videos, just a few, right, on different topics here. And I'm trying to rework these videos to use Visual Studio Code. These were recorded a few years ago. The concepts are exactly the same. It's just the editor, the code editor. We used to use something called IDLE, I-D-L-E, which came with Python. However, we've moved to the Microsoft Visual Studio Code Editor, which is free. It's a free piece of software. So again, the code and the concepts are the same. The appearance within the editor is the only thing that I don't want you to, get confused by it, all right? So the other thing I use is a program called Slack, and I'm headed to Module 0. And if you go over to, where is it? Here we go. Getting started with Slack. And Slack is a like, if you know something like Discord or Microsoft Teams, it's a messaging type application. And I use it in my classes for you to have direct access to me 24/7, whether it's on your mobile phone, your desktop, or tablet, whatever. And there are a series of channels for you to participate in. Announcements are going to be announcements that come from me through Canvas. So just so you know, general is going to be used for just general discussions, about stuff going on in the class. Code from class will be where sometimes in class I'll, whip up a piece of code and I want to share it with you all. And sometimes the easiest way to do that is for me to just send it off to this code from class channel in Slack. Introductions, the module 1 has an assignment where you're going to introduce yourself in this particular channel. So just be aware of that. Anytime you have a question, right, that you want to get some help with, whether it be from myself or from other students in the class, this is where you're going to post it, all right? And what's really cool about Slack, and I'll probably go over this in class, is you can actually post code or code snippets in Slack that are formatted so we can all help you. They're formatted the way Python will like them formatted. And I know you're saying, like, Bruce, what do you mean? More on that soon, all right? And then random. Let's say you find like a cool video on YouTube or a reference somewhere, that you found on the web and you want to share that with everyone. Well, guess what? You're going to post it in the random channel, all right? So you'll be getting an email sent to the email account that you have linked to in CTC Link. And be sure to check it. And I'm gonna, we use Slack a lot, and you'll see, and you'll appreciate it if you haven't used it before. And I try really hard to answer any questions that come in when you post them. Okay, because I don't sleep ever. No, I'm just kidding. So, that's about it. With my little Canvas overview here, you can see you have a few things to do. Don't be overwhelmed. I'm here to help. I know it's the summer. I know we're going through, a pandemic. And I'm here to, accommodate you in any way, shape, or form that I can. So if you've watched this video all the way through and you want me to add some extra credit points to your grade, direct message me on Slack saying the keyword coffee time. How's that? The keyword's coffee time. So send those words to me on Slack and I'll be sure to note in my little extra credit notes that you deserve some extra credit. Thanks for watching. I look forward to working with you this summer to learn everything about Python.